Listen, let me tell you a story. Say there's a woman in a room with 10 men, and all 10 men are telling her how beautiful she is, how amazing she is, and they're lighting her cigarette, buying her drinks, and just treating her like gold. Then all of a sudden, in walks the 11th man. He takes one look at her and says, "Hey, how are you doing?" Turns his back on her and starts talking to his boys. That's the guy she wants to be with, the 11th man. Not any of the 10 men who were treating her well all night, but the guy who couldn't care less. And why? Listen, society has manipulated you to believe in stupidity. Let's reverse it. Stick with me. I'll tell you why. Okay, let's dive into a hard truth, my brothers. You want to hear this? This information is very important. I'll be brief, so stick with me. People don't truly appreciate what they feel they can't lose. Guys, if you're starting to feel like a backup plan in a woman's world, it's time to play your cards differently. Listen, you need to subtly demonstrate that you're not chained to this situation and that you have the power. Here are strategies to convey that message perfectly without having to spell it out. Number one, have a more masculine persona. You know, women instinctively understand that masculine men are assertive, independent, and don't tolerate for too long. That's your target persona. Research has shown that masculine men who have higher testosterone levels are less likely to commit to a woman long term. She understands that a man fitting this profile won't easily be tied down. This knowledge creates a subtle sense of urgency and importance in how she interacts with you. She knows consciously or not that your commitment isn't given, it's something to be valued and worked for. Now, you don't need to mirror that image entirely, but leverage this knowledge. Use it to instill a bit of uncertainty, ensuring that she doesn't overlook your value. Number two, spend time with the guys. Increase time with your friends. Here's the deal. Women often aren't fans of their men hanging out too much with their friends. Why? Because they can signal a shift in priorities and a reduced commitment to her. A strong male support network empowers a man, helps a man to level up, and pushes a man to make decisions he wouldn't typically make alone. For her, it's about emotional security and a fear of losing influence. So, what the next move? Go out with your friends and share those moments. It's a clear signal to her that you've got a world beyond the relationship, a world where your happiness is not tied to her, but your own. Number three, have more women in your social circle. Expand your social circle to include more women, platonic or not. And not just about having women around, it's about tapping into the natural competitive streak that women have. When she sees other women in your presence, even if they're just coworkers or old friends, it triggers a subtle but competitive edge. She's reminded that if she doesn't step up, someone else will. It's a psychological nudge that leverages a bit of healthy competition to keep her invested. Listen, bro, don't get me wrong. This is not about manipulating her. Please keep this in mind. Number four, fear the idea of losing her. Let me be real with you guys for a minute. The moment that you start fearing the idea of losing her, you're setting yourself up for loss. This fear puts you in a position of weakness, and trust me, it shows in your actions and your attitude. You start to overcompensate. You become too available, too agreeable. Basically, you lose the edge that probably attracted her to you in the first place. It's mental shifts that turns into a self-fulfilling prophecy. Keep your cool, maintain your independence, and remember you were whole before her, and you'll be whole even if things don't work out with her. Number five, be authentic and honest. Most men hide their true selves from women they're into. Why? Fear. They're constantly thinking, what if she doesn't like this part about me, or what if this scares her off? But here's the thing. This fear-based approach is a trap. By not being authentic, you're setting the stage for a relationship based on a facade. And guess what? Women sense this. Authenticity makes you a rare breed. In today's world, which heightens her fear of losing you, why? It makes you stand out because guys like this are in short supply.